Anyway, I'm back to Bio on the road. Once again, hoping the wind isn't too noisy. Because again, the windows are open. My car is outside, you know, and it's gray, silver. Yeah. And yeah, that means it gets pretty hot on the inside if it's left in the sun. Which means every time I get it, I need to drive a bit with my windows open so I won't boil to death in it. That's the way it is. But yeah. Anyway, there's a time as I need to close the stuff again. Anyway, yeah, it's a long weekend. People have day off on Monday. Not entirely sure why. I don't keep tabs on national holidays or whatever. But that aside, we're off to go, and by we I mean me, off to have a normal barbecue where I usually go. So you know the route I'm going to be taking, and yeah, whatever, right? Anyway, had a good day so far. I took a little walk with people in the capital of our province, not our country, our province, namely Ghent. Lots of people there. Pretty darn crowded. A bit hot as well. It's like 24, 25 outside. It's not too bad, but in the city it always feels like just a tad warmer than rural areas. I don't know why that is, but it is. Is it all the people there? I'm not entirely sure. But it's the truth, man. I have tomatoes with me, homegrown. Got a cucumber with me, homegrown, which is about the size of an eggplant. Seriously, that thing's like ginormously huge. And a crate that needs to be burned. It holds the secrets of the world, and therefore it shall not be allowed to live in this world of ours anymore. No, it's actually just, you know, for kindle. My windshield is dirty as fudge again, isn't it? I hope that's a bit better. The smell of windshield cleaner. What's the name of that? Not Kleenex. I know those are like tissue paper things. Windex? Yeah, Windex. The blue stuff. Windex. Just a smidge, not pure. That's just insane. Little smidge. Anyway, I was saying, yes, a good little walk down our province capital in Ghent. Lots of people there. Street performers as well. I don't think there was anything special to do. I think they just are there like every day. Been a while since I've been there. Last time, well, I mean, I went to high school there for, up to college for 3 years. Which was interesting enough, actually. It's kind of a big mindset because, you know, a big change in mindset is what I'm going with here. Because, you know, until you're 18, you're forced to stay in school here, right? It doesn't matter what you do, but you need to be in school until you're 18. Now, the thing is, before you can even go to college, you need to go to a bunch of other stuff, right? So, usually when you go to college, you're already past 18. And the mentality between high school and college is just huge. I mean, when going to high school, and it's like, oh, we're doing math, I hate math, blah, blah, blah. You're complaining all the way until you sit down on your bench and get your math. College, you're like, oh, it's math, I don't want to do math, and you complain about it until you sit down somewhere in a local pub, because you're not forced to actually go. Sure, it might not be well for you during exams or stuff like that, but if you don't want to go, you don't have to go. And unless you have practice, like I said, I've enjoyed well, I followed chemistry in college, and there was plentiful time spent in a lab, and you had to be there for those courses. But other than that, you didn't want to go, you didn't go. Like I said, there was one lecture which was kind of like religion, but they didn't want to say it was religion. It didn't really go around Jesus, but it was like designed to not make you an asshole scientist, like something socially related or something. I don't know. But I really couldn't care less about it. So I went to the first class to get my book, and I went to the last one to see how far we got into that book. End of the line, I passed the exam. I only went to 2 classes out of, I want to say 12. Yeah. There are 10 I spent in Ghent. Well, the others 2 in Ghent, because that's where college was located, but didn't spend them in class, not even on the campus itself. Nope. Wandering the streets of Ghent and having a drink with some buddies who couldn't care less about the lecture either. But it was a big difference for me going from high school to college. The reason was quite simple. I was, well, I'm not going to say raised, that's just ridiculous. But I went to high school, and it was a pretty strict one. It was still sort of half run by monks, so to say. It was a religious school, right? It was a Christian school. Boarding school as well. I didn't go to boarding school because school was like 2 kilometers away from my home, so no problem there. But yeah, it was pretty strict. They had like these weird ass rules. I mean, you could not have your cell phone with you. If tutors noticed you had a cell phone with you, they took it away from you for 6 weeks, I think. Yeah. You couldn't smoke. Not on school property, more in 100 or 200 meter radius. And that rubbed me the wrong way, severely. Not because I was smoking back then. I wasn't. But the little addition of the 200 meter radius. Personally, I think once you leave school grounds, they have no power over you anymore. So you should be allowed, once you step outside, to smoke. I get it. They don't want students smoking in front of the school gates, but once you're away from that, come on, man. And they did enforce that. I mean, I've seen it plenty of times where somebody just crossed the street, started walking, lit up a cigarette, they stopped them, dragged them back to school, gave a punishment for it. I mean, what the fuck, man? But yeah, I mean, and those were just some of the rules we had there. There were more, but nothing that really stroked me as severely. Like, I get no cell phone in class, but I'm sure outside, I mean, even just on the playground, jeez. If a kid wants to call home because he's been there since Monday and Thursday or something, just let him, alright? But yeah, I mean, you get all these rules and then you go to college, right? There, everybody's running around with their cell phone, smoking, whatever, not going to class if they don't want to. It's like, whoa. Good stuff. Now, if you're asking me which part I enjoyed more, high school or college, I don't know. College was great because less rules, and at that point I chose the direction that I wanted, so the courses, I took an interest in the courses. High school was like more like, hey ho, happy-go-lucky, and it's only once you actually start doing proper exams that you actually need to study a bit. Take note, I said a bit, right? Exams on high school for me were nothing, right? I never flunked the course, never had to do a repeat of an exam, never. Right? And I didn't really have to study all that much either. It's weird, I don't know why. Even the courses I couldn't care less about, it still went in pretty okay. I think college was great because I said it's things that interest me. And low rules and stuff like that, but the exams were a whole lot heavier, if you know what I mean. So, if I had to pick between doing high school over or college, they both were good times, definitely. But picking a favorite, I don't think I can do it. I mean, sure, I was glad both of them were over as well. Alright, it's not all rose petals and whatever, but good times. But I think if I really had to pick, I'd probably go with high school because you were still so much younger then, and you had fun doing like the weirdest shit. Like, because the school was so strict, the slightest thing that happened was something the world had to see. Like, at one time a plastic bag, just a normal plastic bag, got caught up in the wind and was floating around over the playground, and that was the most interesting shit ever. The whole playground was yelling at a plastic bag, even though it was kind of just a stalling tactic to not have to go to the class, but you know. Anyway, that is going to do it for this episode, though. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the series. Feel free to show support by commenting, liking, and or subbing if you haven't already. And I'll be seeing you guys on the next episode. Bye, everyone.